Hey blasters, there are people or philosophers who believe that morality is independent of God's will, that you don't need God's commands to be a morally good person. And to prove their point, they keep on posting this one argument again and again and again. And that argument is called Euthyphro's dilemma. A dilemma is like two horns of a bull. You have to pick one, but each will give you an undesirable result. The Euthyphro's dilemma asks a question: whether actions are right because God commands them, or God commands them because they are right. In other words, is murder wrong because God said it is wrong, or God said it because it is wrong? This is the question that Socrates asks Euthyphro. In the first option, God's command seems arbitrary, that he could have easily commanded murder and rape to be good and love and kindness to be evil. In the second option, God merely reports to us the commands of some other moral standard that even he is subject to. So we are caught in a dilemma. Either God's commands are arbitrary or he is not the moral authority. This is Euthyphro's dilemma.
Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy.
Now let's look at the first option again. Murder is wrong because God said it is wrong. And according to them, this makes morality arbitrary. But does it? 1. How can you think that God has no reason to command you something? We all know and believe that God is an all-powerful, all-knowing, all-good, and a loving being. He loves us. Whatever he does or commands is for our own good. Therefore, he will never command something that is arbitrary. If God is trying to do good to you, you'll be a fool to not accept the goodness that he's trying to give you through his commands and throw it all away just because of your ego. And no, it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop at just being labeled a fool, but that foolishness carries on to further suffering. You will suffer, not because God wants you to suffer, but because you stupidly denied the direction and peace of mind that God was offering through his commands. If he tells you not to murder, and you don't follow his command, the suffering is automatically on you. We are not talking about heaven or hell yet. You will suffer a guilty conscience, you will go to jail, suffer there, etc., and all this because you threw away the gift of goodness that God was offering you out of his love for you. Suppose that you are drowning in an ocean. A boat comes and a man offers a helping hand to you to save you. But you deny that helping hand and drown. That drowning and death is on you, and most certainly not on the boatman. Similarly, God's commands are these helping hands. And when you throw away the gift of God's commands, all that remains is suffering and chaos in life. Hence, only by following his commands, knowingly or unknowingly, we can live a good, stable, safe, and chaos-free life. So don't waste your time in questioning God's moral authority or his commands. Instead, accept them as a gift and love of God and enjoy a peaceful life. You know, when we humans created cars and roads, we also created traffic laws. We stop at a stop sign, we stop at a red light, we drive at a posted speed limit. These rules were not there before the creation of cars and roads. We made the rules. But are these rules arbitrary? No. Do we ever question these rules? No. Because the rules exist for the sustenance of the system and for our own safety. Without these rules, there will be chaos and accidents, and we would not have been able to drive this amazing invention known as car. Similarly, God created this universe, this world, and he gave us this human body. Along with that, he also gave us the user manual in the form of the moral laws for our own good. We should thank him for making these moral laws, instead of doubting them to be arbitrary. For without them, there would have been chaos and this life would not have been livable. When we go to a doctor, we take the medicine he prescribes and we gulp it down. We don't question how the medicine was made or what chemicals were used in it, because we know that the doctor that prescribed the medicine wants to cure our disease and not to harm us. So it would be a waste of time to even try to find out the chemical composition of the medicine. The earlier we take the prescribed medicine, the earlier it would cure our disease. Similarly, when we know that all God wants to do is our good, neither do we have any capabilities to know the chemical composition of the prescribed moral laws, nor there is any point in discussing how they were made. Just gulp it down and enjoy the benefits of a trouble-free, guilt-free, chaos-free, peaceful life. Hence, murder is wrong because God commands it. And theists should have no problem with this horn of the dilemma because his commands are still not arbitrary. Only the Creator knows what rules are necessary to not let the creation foolishly destroy itself and all the gifts that he has given them. So instead of doubting his moral authority, we should be thankful and grateful to him for giving us these moral laws for our own benefit and progress. There you go. Euthyphro is now officially dead. Thanks for watching the first episode of Thought Provoking Fridays, and subscribe to not miss out on the future episodes. And I would love to know what you guys think about Euthyphro's dilemma and this series in the comment section below. So let's talk there. Till then, see you in the next blast.